Oh man, today's workout, Thursday, April 2nd, it hurt. So it's got two components to it. One component is for your legs. One component is for your chest and your upper body and your shoulders. Both are going to be basically two different exercises. For component one, part one is going to be the lower body. You're going to do 5 rounds of that, and then you're going to rest 2-3 minutes, and then you're going to do the second component, which is going to be the upper body. So in component number one, we're going to be doing 5 rounds. You're going to do lateral lunges or Cossack squats. You're going to do 5 on the left and 5 on the right, and then you're going to do 10 to 20 either chair squats or squat jumps. So let me demonstrate everything really quickly. I'll do a round, and then we'll move on to part number 2, the upper body part. So we practiced in the warm-up, we practiced how to do lateral lunges. If you're having a little bit of difficulty, what I suggest is to get yourself a stool or a chair to work off of. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to sit my left butt cheek on the stool. So my right butt cheek is completely hanging off, my legs out nice and straight, foot's flat on the ground. I'm going to bring this foot in pretty tight so my heel is touching the stool right here. I'm going to put my arms out in front of me. I'm going to lean forward just a little bit. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be driving up off of that leg, okay? And then returning to the seat and driving up and off of that leg. So from the side, what that looks like is I want to make sure that my butt, whether I do it with or without the chair, I want to make sure that my butt is behind my heel, okay? So I'm creating this hinge right here. I've got my torso angled just a little bit. I'm going to drive up, and I'm going to reach my butt back and create this hip crease as I sit back down to the bottom position, whether I have the stool or not, okay? So if you're using the stool or a chair or some kind, do it, use it, practice with it, get better at it with that, and then you can move to going without it. So if you're going to be going without it, you can, without the stool, we can do a regular lateral lunge or we can do a Cossack. We can use a little bit of counterbalance. A 5-pound weight works great. I got a 10-pound plate right here. If you've got a 5 or a 10-pound plate, use it. Just to give yourself a little bit of counterbalance, makes it a little bit easier for positioning and stuff. So I'm going to get myself into position here. I'm going to go with a wide stance. You may have to kind of finagle your stance a little bit to get the right angles. But basically we want to, when I get down to the bottom of my lateral lunge, essentially if I cut my body in half, this is this side of me when I squat. If I bring my foot underneath me, right, I'm in my squat position, now I'm in my lunge position, all right? So I will, that's another way that I can find my position, is to establish my squat, extend the leg out, and then I have my lunge position, I bring my leg back underneath me, then I have my squat position. I like to use this because it gives me a little bit better balance, allows me to get just a little bit deeper. So if you're comfortable with the lateral lunge, I'll just demonstrate a few right here. I'll hold it out in front of me to angle myself a little bit. Angle out in front of me. And let me just do 2 each direction here. So I'll sit down 1, 2, and then to the right, 1, and 2. Now you're going to find, like for me, I find that I've got less mobility on my right side, so I'm not able to go as deep. Now, if I want to challenge myself a little bit more, if I've got the mobility and the strength to do it, I can do a Cossack. So only if we worked on these in class do I want you to do them. If not, then I don't want you to do these. But if you know what you're doing, then go ahead with the Cossack. So I'll hold that weight out in front of me. So here I'm going to get deeper. I'm going to rock up onto this heel, and I'll do 2 each direction here. So it just allows me to get just a little bit deeper into that lateral lunge position. And you notice as I go to my right that I won't be able to go quite as deep, so my mobility isn't quite as good. Go in that direction. 1 and 2. Okay, now, so for each round, you'll do either 5 or 10 to the left, then either 5 or 10 to the right. Then you're going to do squats. You're either going to do chair squats, just sit yourself in a chair, stand it back up. Sit yourself in a chair, stand it back up. You're going to do regular, you're just going to do normal squats. All right, or if you want, you can do squat jumps where we're getting a little bit of air. or at least coming up on the toes. Not necessarily going up off the ground, but if you want to, great. If you don't, just come up on the toes. Okay? And you do 10 to 20. You're going to rest 30 seconds to a minute in between each set. Then you do the second time, third, fourth, fifth. Then you'll rest 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to do the upper body portion. So I will demonstrate a full round for you. I'm going to do 10 cossacks on the left and 10 on the right, and then I'm going to do 20 squat jumps. Again, or why don't I do this? Why don't I do? I'll do some of each. I'll do some of each just to show you guys. I think it'll be a little bit better that way. All right, so I'll do just the right leg first, or excuse me, just the left leg first. So let me do 3 with the stool here. Angle myself just a little bit. Yeah. All right. So here we're going to go 1, 2, 3. All right. Now if I go without the stool, 1, 2, 3, and now we'll do 4 of the cossacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now I'll go with the right leg, and I'll use the stool first. Again, you're gonna pick one of these, right? You're gonna do just the stool, or you're gonna do regular lateral lunge without the stool, or you're gonna do the cossacks for either 5 or 10 on each leg for either of those variations. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the cossack, I'll do 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay. So I just did 10 total on the left. I did 10 total on the right. Now I'm going to do 20 squats. So again, we'll start off. Show you with the chair here, and it could be any height, right? It could be a normal dinner chair. It doesn't have to be this low. So I will do. Let's do 7. So 1, sit down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Making sure that we grab at the ground with our big toes to activate those arches. We sit into our hip creases. We activate those glutes to get the knees out. Torso stays up, belly stays tight, shoulders stay down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'll finish off with 6 squat jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cool. So I did 10 on each side on lateral lunges. I did 20 of the squats. Now I'm going to rest 30 seconds to a minute. I'm going to do it a second time, third, fourth, fifth, and then you're done with part number 1. You're going to rest 2 or 3 minutes. Then we're going to go into part number 2. So we're going to do. It's going to be either grasshoppers or crossbody mountain climbers, and then a series of push-ups. Diamond, where the hands are close together, regular, and wide. So for each round, everybody's going to do 20 of the crossbody mountain climbers or the grasshoppers. You can do them on the ground. You can do them on a chair. You can do them on a bench or something higher. So I'm going to demonstrate on the ground, but all you would do is just go to a higher position for your hands, but the movement doesn't stay or doesn't change. So first the crossbodies. I'll do a few here. So it's simply just driving the knee to the opposite elbow. All right, simple enough. If you want to go a little bit more aggressive, I'm going to kick. 1, 2. Okay, and I'm going to be swinging like I'm breakdancing, swinging that leg from side to side, trying to kick the opposite elbow. Then you're going to do your push-ups. This is where it's going to really mess you up. you're going to do those 3 types of push-ups. The diamond push-ups, so my hands are together, and again, whether I am on the ground or I'm on a bench or a long stair, nothing changes except for the height that my body is, the angle. Horizontal on the ground and more vertical as I go up, right? So here with the diamond push-ups, hands together. Normal push-ups, wide. All right. So, and for each of those, you're going to do as many as you can do. Okay, as many as you can do. So, when I did this, not ashamed to say this, my first 2 rounds I did on the ground. All my grasshoppers were done on the ground. My first 2 rounds of push-ups were done on the ground. My 3rd round was done on this on that short step over there. My 4th round was done on basically a 2nd step, and my 5th round, this bad boy. Like I was just busted up, blown up, chest, shoulders, triceps, everything just hurt a lot. So this is all I can manage for my last round. So, you know, you may end up, literally, you may end up on the wall on your last round. Okay. So still just push, 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 get it done. All right. So let me again. I'll go ahead and do a full round. I'm gonna do everything on the ground, but all you would have to do is just go to a higher positioning for your hands. All right. So I'm gonna do 20 of the grasshoppers. I'm gonna do as many of the other push-ups I can do. It's not gonna be many on the push-ups. Promise you, it's not gonna be many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15, 16. Okay, come to the diamonds. Basically fingers together. Oh, it's hard. Whew. The wide push-ups especially, that's not something we do. That's something we do in class. So you're probably going to feel a big stretch in your chest, and that bottom part is going to be hard. Getting yourself off the ground, you're going to feel like you're in no man's land trying to get back up. So just do what you can. And in addition, just like in that first component, you're going to rest 30 seconds to a minute in between each round. So 10 to 20 of the crossbodies, mountain climbers or grasshoppers, and then as many diamond push-ups, as many normal push-ups, and as many wide push-ups as you can do, and then rest 30 seconds to a minute. 5 rounds. Get after it, baby. Come on.